So you told me you won a game jam or something. If you can like talk a bit more about that, explain what it is like for people who wouldn't know naturally. Were you working in a team? Did you choose your team? Were you like chosen by like university or whatever?
Hello.
Was the tough competition?
Basically, Game Jam it's a global game jam. So throughout the world, there's different places that host this event, and it's basically you get in teams. You can choose your teams within a uni or wherever you are, and you basically make a game in 48 hours. And then the games are judged by in-house judges, and then you upload them onto the Global Game Jam site where it's judged over the world, and then they have their finals separately for the worldwide ones. But in our uni, we had 3 judges, 4 different companies come in, and we ended up, my game that we made a game called Brian, which was about a zombie who, I'm trying to remember the brief. The brief was, what was it? What do you do now? So we basically made a game where you had no idea what you were doing the whole way through. So Brian the zombie had to go around the world doing random tasks, defeating random people, and that was just our game. And there was the storyline, and we ended up winning and going to Leamington on Spa to go to see this recording studio, programming studio called Quali. It's spelled Kwale, I think. And we met people there who do programming for Assassin's Creed and Guitar Hero, and it was really cool.
Are you entering again this year?
Game Jam just went and I just missed it, sadly.
Are you entering for anything else, or like what are the plans for this year?
Just like last year, this year we're doing Innovation Fest with a group that's chosen by my uni, so we've been put into groups. And we're making a game which is called Furballing 3D, which is a 3D game of an alien going around these different levels, and he's got to go and find parts of his spaceship and then fly away with all his friends.
So can you speak a bit more about the Innovation Festival? Like how do you enter? Why is it important? Like do you think it's a good place to like?
Yeah, sure. Basically, it's online, similar to Global Game Jam, but unlike 48 hours time limit, you have a couple of months to do it. You have to make game trailers, social media plugs for your game, and all sorts. You have to make documentation, just showing how the game's made and stuff. You upload all your game onto the Innovation Fest website, and it's a similar sort of contest to Game Jam, except that you have different categories. So, for example, you'll have a category in educational games, and then the person who's made the best educational game will be able to go to, I think last year it was Sydney was the winners event. And they all went there and they did the finals where they all present their game, and it's just basically experience for anyone in the field, no matter if you're young or old. Basically anyone can win, put a game in, and you can get parts of, you can win stuff, you can win prizes, you can get apprenticeships, all sorts.
So you're part of a team. What's actually your role in the team? Like?
This time, when we were in Game Jam, we all had a specific role. For example, programmers, we had the people that were doing the artwork, we had music technicians for the music. This time it's more, because we're all programmers for our course, we basically delegate the tasks out between us, and we'll do a little bit of artwork on top, but mainly we're doing the programming side.
So what was your role in the Game Jam thing?
I was a programmer, doing all of it.
So do you think like Game Jams festivals are important for like young game developers and people going to gaming so they can like network around, or do you think it's a bit like
definitely.
it doesn't make
it's definitely good, because if for example Microsoft would be there and all the other big companies, and if you're a good programmer who's shown their skill through making a game and going to this and winning, you could get offers, you can be in the industry. It's basically a gateway for everyone who can program or do anything.
So what are your plans after university? Like, do you have any plans? I know that's the hardest question about a student, like, do you know what to do, but...
I have no idea.
Do you
Maybe.
think, like, have you got, like, any offers after the Game Jams, or, like, any ideas?
Well, I've had a moment, because I work in a bar, I've met clients who have companies and they've offered me apprenticeships or jobs with them. I've know people that work for other companies who have set up indie companies, and I've had offers from different people. I'm just not sure whether I want to carry on
So
with
is
programming.
it more like your side job actually helping you to like get into the field rather than all the
Definitely,
competitions?
definitely. I've met so many people from bartending that have got me into like about 6 or 7 people who have offered me placements for my 3rd year, and I'm just like, don't know.
Is there a lot of competition when it comes to like
Programming.
Programming, getting into the field, getting jobs?
Yes and no. They programmers are a very sought after thing now. So to be a specialist programmer and not programming artwork and everything mediocrely, if you're very good at programming, that's very wanted in the industry. But apart from that, you get loads of people that can program, but some that can program well. So there's loads of jobs for it, but there's quite, I don't know how many programmers there are. Everyone I know is a programmer. That's the problem. So I'm like, damn it. Do you know how many?
I don't know working.
You've done programming, no?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
So you came to Birmingham to study like programming, game developing. Is
Yeah.
Birmingham a good place for that, or why? Did you
Definitely.
choose it?
There's the what's it called? Over there, there's the science park. Is it?
Yeah, no point, Science Park.
Yeah, in the science park, there's definitely a few companies in there that offer placements for programmers and all sorts, because they've been talking about it at uni. Also, Leamington and Spa's down the road, and they've got a couple of studios down there.
Mhm.
So it's definitely more active than where I used to live.
Do you know what EXG is? It's a genuine question. Like, do you know like it's
Okay.
sort of event that happens like every year. It's said to be UK's biggest video game event.
Oh, it sounds similar to Expo, is it called? There's different, some of them are gaming events where you play games, and some of them are gaming events where you make games.
Yeah, this one I think it's more about introducing stuff, but as well as like they advertise it as a place for networking. So I was interested
I'm
if
guessing
you've
that
ever
that-
heard about it.
I've heard about a few things similar, like my friends do these, but I don't do them myself. But they're basically, it's like game jam, but instead of making a game, you'll be playing a game with groups or whatnot. And I know that they do have like overnight sessions and weekend sessions with that sort of thing. But I'm not sure if it's making games or.
I think it is playing games, and it's happening like for a second year in Birmingham in the NAC. So I was wondering if it's like something popular around.
I know it's very popular. I know a lot of my friends do it because all my friends who are into programming tend to go to these game festivals and that sort of thing. But I'm not really into going to a gaming festival to play games. I normally just make them.
Do you think like it would be a good thing for networking? Because that's how they advertise it. That you can actually like meet people and.
Yeah, to meet other programmers and other people that are interested, it's definitely worthwhile. I just haven't given it a shot yet. Maybe one day.
As you're not just like a programmer, but you're actually into gamer and you're a female. Have you ever met any prejudices, like being like, oh, she plays just because of boyfriends
Yes.
or whatever?
God, hell yes.
do you think that still exists? Was it more previous years?
Definitely.
What's your experience? Like, if you can talk about this, give some examples, or be like,
Well,
why are females in there?
8 out of 10 times, if I tell someone that what I do for uni or something like that, it's always, oh, would you call yourself a girl gamer? Do you play COD? All this sort of thing comes up 9 out of 10 times. And then also I get the whole, wow, really? I wouldn't expect that from you. Always is the answer. No one has ever asked me what I do for uni and then gone, oh, that's interesting, or oh, that seems like correct. Yeah, but I mean from the side of strangers, not people I meet at in my home. I met you in Jennings.
Why do you think that is so? Like, do you have like in your mind any explanation?
I'm guessing it's just it's not a in my course there's 3 girls, 2 girls now, one of them's left. It's a very male dominated subject. It always has been. It's IT. It's not really. Even when I went for my interview, they asked us how to get girls more interested in the course, and I think it's just, to be honest, my school didn't really do much on the programming side. I kind of went that way by chance. So I think not many girls are kind of open to it from a young age, because it's not really something that a young girl would possibly think of. Like, boys are more likely to tinker around